In this video, I'm going to demonstrate some warm-up exercises for walking. Now, not everybody will need them. If you're only going for a stroll, you don't really need to warm up. But if you want to go out for a fast, brisk walk, it can be useful to warm up. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maryke. I'm one of the physiotherapists from sportsinjuryphysio.com, where you can get online physiotherapy assessment as well as treatment of your injuries. Have a look at the description of this video if you want a link to our website. Okay, so why bother warming up before you go out for a walk? Now, like I said, not everybody will need a warm-up. It's more beneficial if you're going to really walk at a fast pace, want to do a brisk walk or some power walking, because a warm-up gets your joints moving freely. It helps to warm up the muscles, get the tendons and the ligaments ready for activity, and it just means that you can have quicker reactions and everything fires better. In different types of sports, warm-ups have been shown to prevent injuries, but if you're just doing a slow walk, it's really not needed because you don't need quick reactions. So what would you include in your warm-up? You want to include movements that gets your body warm and uses the same muscles and joints as you're going to use when you're walking. So the main muscles and joints we use when we walk are our hips. They go forwards and backwards. So our glutes, our hip flexors, and the hip joint. Knees, front thigh muscles, or your quads, your hamstrings, and then of course your ankle joint. So bending up and down, and your calf muscles have to work quite hard. So that's what we're going to warm up. And I like to start at the back, to be honest. So my favorite one to start with is just doing a bit of a roll down, where you bend your knees ever so slightly, you put your chin on your chest, tighten up your tummy, and you just roll down until you hang from your hips. Now, this may not be comfortable for you because I realize that not everybody can move as far as I do. So just go to where you can. If this is where you go, that's where you go. Take a deep breath in, breathe it out, and then come back up. And we're just going to repeat that 3 to 5 times, nice and slow. Go down, stay there for a bit, come back up. Okay. We're going to not stay in that position for super long. You only want about 10 seconds at max, because you may also lose your balance while you're there or get lightheaded. Okay, so that's number one. Then a nice one to warm up the hips as well as the knees, as well as the ankles, is actually a squat. So a squat movement is this movement. And can you see that when you walk, you do go through that action? Now, you don't need to go deep with the squats when you do them for a warm-up for a walk, because you don't go that deep when you walk. We only need shallow squats. So you can do either shallow squats like I'm doing them, with your feet hip distance apart, knee moves in line with the middle of the foot, and you're just doing that motion. So you're sticking your bottom out nice and far to the back. If you feel a bit dodgy while you're doing it, you can hold on and do it. Or you can even do it from a chair. So you can just go, I'm going to sit down and stand up, and I'm going to do that 10 times. Because as you can see, it's the same motion. But every time you do it, you make sure that your knees don't turn in or out. Stay in line with the middle of your foot. And by the way, if you're plonking down, that doesn't count, because that's just gravity pulling you down. So either use a higher chair, or use your hands to control the motion, or simply make sure that you're not just being lazy and you can actually control it. The nice thing is, if you do that, it actually strengthens your legs as well. So your warm-up will actually count as a strength training exercise then as well. Then, for range of motion and the hips, a nice one is to just do a calf stretch. We're getting calf range of motion, ankle range of motion, frontal thigh stretch as well. So you don't go as far as you can. You go to where it's comfortable, where you can still get your heel down with just a bit of a stretch there. And then you bend, and you'll notice I'm holding on for balance. It's not a balance exercise. And you just come through the range of motion. And you'll feel that you're getting a stretch on this bit, stretch back there. And you know what? You're also activating the muscles and warming them up in this leg. And then you switch around and you do the other side. And same thing, so heel down, and then you just do that motion. And if it hurts this knee, for instance, to go all the way there, just go to there. There's no need to force it. Okay. I do about 5 on each side, then I turn around and do 5 on the other side, and do 2 of that, so 10 on each side eventually. And then a nice one to just warm the calves up is, again, you're holding on and you're going up and down on your toes. I should also mention I'm doing it in bare feet so that I can demonstrate it properly for you, that you can see what I'm doing. But if you're going to do especially that exercise going up and down on your toes on a hard surface, you can really injure the front of your foot. So do them with your walking shoes on already. You don't have to do them in bare feet. And again with this, you do about 10 repetitions, 10 to 20. Just get everything going. And you can always do 10, rest a bit, do a few more squats, and do 10 again. Yeah, so with regards to repetitions, it will depend on how fit and strong you are, how many you do. I would never do more than 2 sets of 10 of any of these because you just don't need that many. And if you're not that fit and you're new to these exercises, I would do 2 sets of 5, to be honest, and just get used to it, and then you go out. Also, it doesn't mean that if you've now done these exercises, you can immediately go into speed walking. You may still pull a muscle. I would always do about 2 to 5 minutes of just slow walking, just getting everything progressively warmer with a walk, and then go into faster walking. Brilliant. Hope you found that useful. Now remember, if you need more help with an injury, you're welcome to consult one of the team via video call. The link to the website is in the description of this video. Take care.